ọ̀rọ̀ ìjà èmi pẹ̀lú sàn ní alẹ́ o. Ó ti parí, lórí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn ìdámà ti tán. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìjà èmi pẹ̀lú sàn ní alẹ́ o. Ó ti parí, lórí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn ìdámà ti tán. A ò fi gbà kọjá ilé ayé pẹ̀lú àwọn onírìnkìrì ló fẹ́ bá sábàbí yẹn. Mo bẹ̀rù àgbà, mo bẹ̀rù ayé, ayé àbámọ̀ra o. Mo bẹ̀rù àgbà, mo bẹ̀rù ayé, ayé àbámọ̀ra o. Ayé ló fẹ́ jíjà sílẹ̀ mọ́ta kéde. Ayé ló fẹ́ jíjà sílẹ̀ mọ́ta kéde. Ayé àbámọ̀ra o.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. The more you look, the more you look. Naturally, the more you look will not come on air today at this time, but we cannot just overlook the current sensation on social media platform, especially on Facebook. I mean, you will be blind and deaf not to know what's currently going on. So we just can't ignore. We just can't ignore. So I had to put something together in order for us to lend a voice to the current happenings on social media platform, especially within the Yoruba circle. I mean, it's almost unbelievable what we are hearing and what we are seeing with our naked eyes. Can you believe what is currently going on? Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, somebody called me yesterday. To be honest, to be frank with you, I rarely watch Esabod or Abike Jagaban or Polo D or which other one? Any of these shows, I hardly watch them. Not that I don't watch them at all, but I hardly watch them. I only watch them when someone calls me or inform me to say, oh, you need to see this one. What this person is saying is interesting. This makes sense. Then I will, join in to watch or to listen. That's the only reason I don't watch them, is because most of the time I do not find what they are saying relevant to me or beneficial in any way, or maybe just me. I don't find some of the things they say entertaining, and I don't find it right. So that's the reason I shy away. Not because I don't like the people. I like Esabod. Oh, to bits. I like Esabod. Liking her does not mean I agree with everything she does or say. I like Abike Jagaban to bits. Believe me, to bits, I like her. I like, who else? Polo D. Yes, absolutely. I like her to bits as well. And that's not to say I condone or agree with everything she say. But, I mean, these are very, very talented people. Very, very talented people. And the reason I don't watch them or listen to them sometimes is because I just don't agree with some of the things they say. But hey, thank goodness the tide has turned. It's a different ball game now. It's a new beginning. It's a new era. Esabod Peace Pact. Can you believe it? So somebody called me yesterday and said, you need to hear what is going on now. Esabod is making peace. I said, really? And the person said, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. You need to just tune in and watch Abike Jagaban. So I was very busy at the time. I was in a meeting. So I had to excuse myself. And then, I went into a spare room. And then I was watching on my phone. And it was a dream come true. A dream come true. Let me just, first of all, just shake my woro for the current peace pact. I need to shake it. Whoever is calling me right now should please not call me. My phone is ringing. Whoever is calling, please don't spoil this moment for me. I'm so excited. So when I watched it yesterday, I was like, what is this a dream? Is this a dream? If this is a dream, somebody please wake me up quickly. Wake me up. And then lo and behold, it became a reality. It's no dream. I want to praise the ever resilient Madam Tokumbo Ashabi, Esther Aboderi, popularly known as Esabod or Sisimi or Iyaiwe. I really dove my heart for her. I praise her. I cannot praise her enough, to be honest. I can't praise her enough. And I'm sure you will agree with me that every one of us need to sing her praises to the high heavens for that singular act yesterday. Whoever is calling me, please, don't spoil this moment. Okay. I'm on air. Whoever is calling me, I'm on air right now. Thank you very much. Right. So I'm sure you will agree with me that we all need to sing our praises to the high heavens. There are two things Esabod. There are two things about Esabod. that that I find very, very renowned. Sorry, two things about her that you can't shy away from. One is you either hate Esabod or you love her. It's either you hate her or you love her. But whichever you choose to do, Esabod has shown that she cannot be deterred by anyone's hatred or love for her. She can't be moved by your hatred or your love for her. It does not matter what you think or how you feel. Esabod is Esabod. She will do what she wants to do, what she believes in doing. And you see, that is an endearing quality. You may not like it. It's an endearing quality for someone who knows where she's going. You say, you know what? People who are singing my praises, I'm not going to listen. People who are trying to put me down, I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to do what I want to do. You'll hate me, you like me, it does not matter. So, about Esabod, two things. You either hate her or you love her. All right? You either hate her or you love her. Esabod has proven how strong-willed, how intelligent, how visionary, how humane, how fallible. Every one of us is fallible because we are human. She has proven how resilient, how headstrong. Esabod can be very, very headstrong. She has proven how hilarious, how talented, how determined, how warm, how forgiving, and how open-minded she is. The list can go on and on and on. Esabod has broken every record there is to be broken. Believe me, honestly, Esabod has broken every record there is to be proven. To be broken. Esabod has warmed herself to so many hearts across the Yoruba land. One of the things that have endeared Esabod to the hearts of many is her humor. You can't deny the fact that Esabod is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And that's one of the things I like about her. When you watch Esabod's show, back in the days, when you watch Esabod's shows, back in the days, you will laugh, you will learn. She will do Orumoru. You will laugh, you will learn. She will make all kinds of joke, all kinds of dramatic gestures. And then you can't but just laugh. So she's proving how hilarious she can be. She's endeared herself to the hearts of many with her humor. With Esabod, many will say there is no dull moment. And that is quite true, There is no dull moment with her. If Esabod was loved by 1 million people prior to last night, she is certainly loved all over the world by 3 million right now. That's times 3. If she was loved by 1 million prior to last night, now she must be loved by 3 million. Her fans have grown more than triple. Her fans base has tripled. Yes. What's the reason for this? What is the reason everybody is singing the praise of Esabod today? Even those who do not like Esabod. Why is everybody singing Esabod's praise today? These are valid lessons for us to learn. One of the reasons everybody is singing Esabod's praise today is because Esabod has demonstrated humility. She has demonstrated humility to the core. She was humble enough to make the sacrifice of initiating the peace pact like Jesus did. Oh, did I just say Jesus? Yes. Jesus was humbled. He relegated himself. He humbled himself. He became like a nobody, even though he knew he was somebody. He didn't come trying to prove who he was. He relegated himself and brought himself down to our level. That was what Esabod did yesterday. That was what she demonstrated last night. Esabod may be everything some people don't like. But this is one unique quality in Esabod nobody can deny as of today. Let this be a lesson to all of us who are still carrying shoulder, who are still arrogant. Humility pays. The Bible says, follow peace with all men and women, with all mankind. Follow peace with everyone. And one of the things that will bring about peace is humility. Just relegate yourself. Just come down from that high horse. Just calm down a little bit. It's not going to take anything away from you. Esabod demonstrated that yesterday. I'm sure when some of our fans saw her going on Abike Jagaban's show, they probably would be frightened. That, oh, what's she doing? Is she going to put us to shame? Oh no, Esabod, don't do this, don't do this. But she was just too brilliant. She knew what she was doing. She got to that point, she knew that, listen, this is the end of the road. This has got to stop. I've got to do something. All hail the power of Esabod. Let peace now reign. Let peace now reign. Bring forth the so much desired peace, and let peace reign. 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 And let peace reign. Esabod has brought about peace. When Esabod says yes, nobody will say no. When Esabod says yes, nobody will say no. The moment she said yes, this has got to stop, everybody rose up to say yes, it has got to stop. I've always known that the power lies in Esabod all along. That the moment she makes up her mind to turn the tide will turn. And that did happen last night. All hail the power of Esabod. Well, you may not like what I'm saying now, but that is just the truth. If Esabod did not make that move yesterday, the status quo is what we will still have today. The status quo is what we will still have today. What is the second reason everybody today is singing the praise of Esabod? What is the second reason? The second reason is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Esabod's name is ringing more bells all over the world right now because she decided to forgive our oppositions and move everyone forward in unity and peace. She decided to forgive. Forgiveness is powerful. Again, that is an attribute Jesus clearly displayed. You know, Jesus, when he was on the cross, he prayed for even his enemies. He says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. They don't know what they do. Esabod demonstrated that forgiveness has power. Forgiveness is powerful. Jesus' disciple asked him, how many times will someone offend us and will forgive? He said 70. He said seven times? No, he said no, not 7 times. It was 70 times 7 times. But look at what just one move of forgiveness did. Esabod has not even done 70 times 7 yet. She's done just one. She went on that show and then she made that peace pact, and today everybody is singing Esabod's praise. Whoever you are, whoever has offended you, why don't you just choose to forgive? Just forgive and let go. Forgiving someone does not mean you are going to return into embracing them and, having cordiality with them. No, forgiving them is releasing them, forgetting about what wrong they have done, just releasing them from their mind. Because if you don't forgive someone, you allow them to live in your mind. Each time you think about them, you are bitter. You allow them to live in your soul, in your memory. Esabod just freed them last night. It works wonders. What is the third reason everybody is singing Esabod's praise today? The third reason is action. Esabod did not just humble herself. She did not just forgive. She took that step. Many of us will be saying, oh, I've forgiven. But why don't you take the step? Call somebody up. Tell them, listen, I know you've been trying to avoid me. I've forgiven you. I know you are guilty for what you have done, but I've forgiven you. Make that move. Don't just think about doing it. Don't just say, I'm not proud, I'm humble. But demonstrate, take action. Esabod took action. She went on Abike Jagaban's show, not minding that she is the oldest amongst all these arrowheads, not minding that I can say she is the most blessed, whether you like it or not. Esabod is the most blessed. Listen, that is the fact. And I pray everyone else will be as blessed as Esabod and even be much more blessed than Esabod. But glaringly, Esabod is the most blessed, right? There's nothing anybody can do about it. That is the grace of God. So not minding what level she was, not minding her status, not minding anything at all that, could be considered as a status for her. She relegated herself. She took that step. What would have happened if in Esabod's mind she's just thinking, well, all these children, I've forgiven them. I've forgiven them. Nobody will know she's forgiven anybody. But in her mind, she will be saying she's forgiven. I've forgiven them. Let them just be. Let them be. But she did not just leave it at I've forgiven them. In her mind, she took the step. Listen, I think that was the most difficult action anybody can take. Because sometimes you can just conclude in your mind that, I don't have their time. I've forgiven them. I don't have their time. But you've made that decision in your mind. But to now take the step, because there's a crowd of witnesses watching you. There is this massive spectators watching you. People, who have high hopes in you. People who have rated you so high. Everybody is watching and not minding what these people will say, and taking the step to say, you know what? Forget about what anybody will say. I'm going to go to Abike Jagaban's show and make that peace. Esabod, I dove my heart for you, ma. You've done very, very well. You've done very, very well. Anybody who knows me will probably be shocked at what I'm saying now, because they'll say, why is he talking about Esabod like that? No, I would not have talked about Esabod like this, but listen, she has moved my heart. She has moved my hands. She's moved everything about me with that singular act. She took action. Esabod could have still forgiven all our opposition, and without going on Abike's shows last night. She could have forgiven them, but she made a bold and courageous move to go on Abike Jagaban's show. That was the last straw that broke the enemy's back. It was the last straw that brought about this much desired, much anticipated peace on social media among Yorubas. The much desired peace on social media among Yoruba today is a reality, all because Esabod took that step, made that move. Thank you, Esabod. Or should I say, as our teaming followers and fans will say, thank you, Mommy Esabod. Thank you, Sisimi. Thank you, Yaiwe. Thank you so very much. I have craved for this peace long before now, and I have waited patiently for it. I've waited patiently that one day there will be peace. This peace will be a reality. This peace will come. Each time I watch any of Esabod's video, Abike Jagaban's video, Polodi's video, Folashade Olatunji's video, and all the rest, all I see is talent, 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 and talents. I believe all these people are an embodiment of talents which could be channeled in a much productive way other than just insulting people on social media. I have also, I have always believed the public could be offered a lot more refined, educative, informative, and hilarious entertainment by these talented individuals. I've always believed that the public stand to benefit immensely from the gifts and talents of these people if they would just stop insulting one another on social media. As a result of my belief in the talents of these individuals, I once made a move to reach out to some of them. Yes, I did. I informed some of them. I wrote to them. I sent them instant messages. I wrote to them and informed them of so much more we can do together and how important it is for us to move away from insulting and rubbishing one another on social media platforms. I contacted them. If I remember correctly, I think I must have contacted Abike Jagaban. I sent her a couple of messages. I think she responded once or twice. She said she will contact me wherever, but I didn't hear anything. I think I contacted Polodi as well. I'm not sure if I got any response from her. I think I contacted Abike Communication as well. I think I must have contacted Folashade Eloquenza to just balance things out, to even things out, so that it will not seem as, it's only Abike Jagaban's people that he's interested in. I'm interested in everybody. So I contacted Folashade or Latunji just to even things out, to balance it out so that it will not be one-sided. But I didn't get any encouraging response from any of them. So when I didn't get the response I expected, I decided to chuck the idea in the bin. Say, okay, whenever it will happen, it will happen. All I wanted is just for people to come together and use their resources and talents appropriately to benefit the fans, the public, and let people glean from the experiences and talents and skills of these people. I did not contact Esabod. I did not contact Esabod at the time because the reason I did not contact her was because at that time I had very strong dislike for Esabod. Not for her person, but for what she was representing on social media. I like her person because she's intelligent, she's hilarious, she's visionary, she's a strong woman. So I like her person, but I do not condone or agree with some of the things she does. So I didn't contact her at the time. At that time, even if I was, thinking about Esabod, there were 3 options that I had at the time. Number 1, Esabod was, I don't like what this woman is saying or doing. Let me attack her so that I can call her to order. Let me do a video, let me do an audio, let me do whatever, and address her and call her, Esabod, you are going out of order. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be saying this. I had that option at the time, which I wasn't scared to use. I wasn't scared at all to use that option. But I didn't want to do that. And the reason I didn't want to use that option of coming out, attacking Esabod was because I thought, I'm looking for peace. If I come out and start rebuking Esabod, number 1, she's elderly. She's older than I am. She may not be as old as my mom, but she's old enough to have me as a junior brother, maybe twice. She's older than I am. So, and I am a well-cultured Yoruba person. I cannot come out and start insulting this woman. No. I can't. I cannot come out and start saying, you are wrong, Esabod. So I didn't want to use that option, not because I was scared. Because I cannot come out to insult her. Number 2, if I do take the step of coming out to rebuke her openly, it will escalate the fracas. It will escalate the situation. The discord will escalate. It will go to a very high proportion because I'm very sure if I had come out to rebuke Esabod openly, Esabod, knowing who she is, she will not keep quiet for me. She will come out too, and I say, who is that big-headed boy? Look at his mouth. Look at, she will respond in a way that will aggravate me, and then I will want to respond as well. I will want to fight back, and then it will go on and on and on and on, and then the fracas will start having another branch, different branches. So I just thought to myself, that would not be a wise thing for me to do. I'm not going to go out and do any video to address it. That was the first option I had. Number 2 option that I had was, okay, let me contact her. Let me contact Esabod at least to, let her know that, Mommy Esabod, you are doing very great, but why don't you check on ABC that you do that may not be good enough? So I had that option as well. I was unwilling to contact her. I was unwilling to use that option because I thought, she might just insult me. And if she insults me, I will have to go back to option 1, which will be to respond back to her. I say, what did I say? I made you insult me. Why are you insulting me? I'm just advising you. I'm just trying to correct what I thought is not good enough. So I would have gone back to option 1 if I had used option 2, because she definitely would have insulted me. So, and again, I wouldn't want to escalate the fracas, so I dropped option 2 as well. So the option 3 that I had was to turn a blind eye and pray for peace. And that was the option I adopted. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to be quiet and continue to pray that someday there will be peace. And if there is any underground move that I can make, maybe talk to somebody, maybe send them a message and say, why don't you tone it down a bit, Any underground move that I can make, I will make it, but I'm not going to come out and insult anybody over the current fracas. So, and I'm glad that I did. You know, I'm glad I took that option, that third option. I do believe very strongly so that we've all learned great lessons from the just concluded drama episode. It's a big drama. Episode Togun Goni. Series Togun Goni. But finally, it's come to an end by the grace of God. It's come to an end. And I have no doubt in my mind that we've all learned various lessons from that episode. Please, don't let us forget the lessons in a hurry. Don't let us forget the lessons learned in a hurry. Don't let us forget the lessons we have learned from all these in a hurry. It is important. Let us collectively ensure that this peace lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts forever. Let's all make it enduring peace. Let us all find new ways of working together. Let us always look out for one another, always be there to support one another. This peace pact does not mean we will not offend one another anymore. Of course we will. Of course we will do things, that we will not be happy about. We will do things that will aggravate one another. We will do things that will upset one another. We will upset one another. We will get on one another's nerves. But we can always find a much better, peaceful, and respectful ways of settling our differences. Rubbishing and insulting one another is never the best way to go. Never. Right. I think I'm going to try to conclude very quickly because I do not intend to do a long video. But before I conclude, I have 3 requests to make from everyone. I have 3 requests to make. My number 1 request is this. The warring camps, the fighting camps, when the fight was still ongoing, during the fracas, when it was still very, very hot, the warring camps who have now settled their discord, who are now at peace, I believe and I'm sure, posted a lot of damaging contents on social media. Esabod's group, Abike Jagaban's group, and any other affiliated group underneath that are fighting for various interests. People have posted all kinds of damaging contents on social media to discredit or destroy one another. These contents will be there forever if we don't take them down. And I'm sure nobody whose integrity and credibility have been soiled as a result of these false contents will be happy to know that those contents are still there on the internet. They will not be happy to know that these contents are still accessible by people. Contents which are untrue, which are lies, which were framed and put together to discredit and dent their personalities, to discredit them, to bring them down, to rubbish them. If we are following this peaceful path truthfully and we want it to work, I plead with every faction, please, by the mercies of God, let us bring down such contents. If you're asking anybody to come on a peace discussion table and the person know that there is a video that you have posted that does not speak well of them and is untrue, and you're asking them to come and make peace with you, would they be happy to make that peace? No. And even if they pretend to be making peace with you, would they be happy? No, they will not be happy. Please, I'm not instructing anybody. I am only pleading by the mercies of God. Please, let us take down these unfavorable, malicious contents. All these contents that we have used as fighting tools, let's bring them down. I repeat again, I'm very sure that there's nobody whose integrity and credibility have been soiled as a result of these false and malicious contents will be happy to know that those tarnishing contents are still accessible online by people. Can we all therefore kindly, for God's sake, bring down all the contents we have posted on various social media platforms which were used mainly to fight and discredit our opponents down? Let's bring them down. Let's bring them down, please. Let us please bring them down in order to make true sense of this peace accord. If we don't, over time, we will realize that this peace accord will be senseless because some people will still be disgruntled and their aggravation will be justified because they're going to be saying, oh, you people want us to make peace. Look at so and so video, so and so content that they have used to discredit me. People are still reading it. This is going to be there 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. My grandchildren will access them. My employers, my business partners, people will access them. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. Let's please bring them down. My number 2 request is this. Can we all plead with our able and amiable Esabod, Mamaiwe, Sisimi, Alashabi, to gorgeous, to please forgive all the other people she's still insisting are unforgivable. If she can make the singular move she made yesterday, I'm sure she can do even much more. She can forgive everybody, regardless of whether they justify the forgiveness or not. What she demonstrated yesterday was not, oh, these people justified forgiveness. Most of the people Esabod are forgiven probably do not justify the forgiveness, but she's forgiven them. Anyway, that is what grace is all about. That is the work of grace. Can we just please plead with Esabod to extend that grace to every other person she's still thinking are unforgivable? And can those seemingly unforgivable people make the effort to reach out to Esabod first? Esabod reached out to Jagaban yesterday. The rest of you, reach out to her. Call her, look for her number, send her messages, apologize, plead with her. Because she, first of all, made that move. She initiated the current peace pact. So let everybody learn from that and say, okay, Esabod has shown us the way to go. Let us reach out to one another as well. Okay, let me reach out to Esabod, especially those of us who are much younger than Esabod. In the course of all the discord, you've insulted her. She will not be happy that you insulted her. It's un-African, especially as a Yoruba person. She will not be happy. So if she has humbled herself to reach out to Abike Jagaban to go on her show, the rest of us, why don't we go on her show if we can, or call her, or send her messages, or put messages on her page, or on her do something to show her that, yes, these people appreciate what I have done. And to also show her that, okay, I am leading, they are following. Because she has shown the way to lead. Why don't we follow suit and reach out to her? Apologize to her. What Esabod did yesterday did not take anything away from Esabod, did not reduce Esabod. Rather, it has promoted her. It has elevated her. So if you reach out to Esabod, come down from your high horse, reach out to her. It will not degrade you in any way. It will not take anything away from you. It will rather prove that you are a person of intelligence as well. Let's follow her example. She has reached out. Let us reach out to her in return. Saying sorry will not kill anyone. My number 3 request is this. I think it will be nice. I'm just thinking in my head. I think it will be nice if we can have something like a guild or bona fide association of Yoruba bloggers or presenters or whatever name you want to call it. All those who are doing stuff, creative stuff on social media platforms here and there. Maybe we should have like a guild, a body, a bona fide body that represents every one of us, and where we can take our grievances, because we cannot we cannot say that following this peace pact that there will no longer be grievance. People will still be aggrieved. But how do we resolve the grievance? Maybe there should be a body where we can go, where we can take our grievances, and, a body that can help us seek redress and then address whatever issues that may arise in the future. The elders, think about this. Mommy Esabod, again, the ball back in your court. Maybe you should play that leadership role again and try and bring everybody together. Maybe we should have a registered guild. Have maybe a president or a secretary general, whatever, people should just come up with something so that we know that people will also know that they are responsible to somebody. If they misbehave, there will be rules, there will be regulations. So if they misbehave, people can call them to order. The body can call them to order. Maybe something like that will help in the long term. This is just my thinking. Think about it, everyone. Finally, without taking much of your time, my sincere, genuine, heartfelt, heart-reaching appreciation once again to our amiable Mommy Esabod for a highly clever move and ingenuity at bringing about the peace. And also to all major and minor players, known and unknown, because I know there are so many minor players who are fanning the flame from underneath, but everybody has calmed down now. All the major players, Abike Jagaban, Mommy Abike Commotion, not Commotion, Communication, I beg your pardon, Abike Communication, Polodi, remind me of their names now, Buki Jesse, Folashade Olatunji, I think that's as far as I can remember. Any other name? Yes. Oh God, I just remember now and it's gone off again. This my sister in Ireland. Yeye Kudi. Yes. Naomi Bias. Yes. Everyone, I say a sincere thank you to you all for allowing peace to reign. And those who are still not very comfortable with the peace, believe in it. Somebody told me yesterday, don't believe that peace, because Esabod, for who she is, she's not going to follow through with it. Just give her 1 week. Just give her 2 weeks. She's going to go back to who she used to be. And I said to them, listen, the way you are thinking now is the way I used to think about her. And that's the truth. Whenever I hear Esabod is making any move at peace, I say, oh, don't worry, it's not going to last. But yesterday, somehow, something just told me, listen, all of you have shown so much disbelief in every effort Esabod has made in the past. Maybe that's the reason the effort is not working. Maybe you are not joining your faith with her faith. Maybe that's the reason it's not working. Why don't everybody just believe that this time, this one will work? And I choose to believe that this time it will work. Why don't you believe also that this time it will work? Believe it will work, and I'm sure it will work. May God continue to bless you all. May God continue to strengthen the peace that we currently have. May God continue to elevate Mommy Esabod. May God continue to strengthen and elevate and all our comrades, all the what are they called now? All the Omayes who have now become who have now become Omewes. All the Omewes who have now become Omayes. There is now an amalgamation of both camps. No more division, and that gladdens my heart. That gladdens everybody's heart. Thank you so very much, everyone, for making this happen. I thank you so very much. Mommy Esabod, look. By the grace of God, you will never come down. And the grace, the wisdom, the health with which to lead and lead aright, it is not anybody that has put you there. I may not like it. Somebody else may not like it. The world may not like it. But there is nobody who is a leader who has not been appointed by God. That's what the Bible says. Every leader has the approval of God for them to become the leader they have become. So it is God that has placed you there, and I pray that same God will give you the wisdom, the strength, and all that it requires for you to lead aright. Thank you so very much for joining this show. If you have comments, please leave your comments below the video, and kindly share this video so that every peace-loving person out there will be able to benefit from this, and then all of us will be able to maintain the peace that God has used Esabod to initiate. We all have a responsibility to keep the peace. Esabod have started the peace. It is our responsibility to keep that peace. It is the responsibility of you and I to keep that peace. One of the things we need to do to keep that peace is to discourage gossip. Don't allow anybody to sow the seed of discord anymore. If you think anything is happening that may escalate or degenerate into the type that we had before, please bring it to the attention of people who are concerned or people who are involved, and let them know that this is going on. We need to address this before it escalates and become a much bigger problem. Esabod have started the peace. We all need to rally around and maintain that peace. Thank you so very much for joining. I love you so much, and I will see you when next I come online. Stay blessed. Bye for now.